Hi, my name is Jennifer Dominguez, and this is my book review on Stuntboy in the Meantime. The author is Jason Reynolds, and the illustrations or drawings are done by Raoul III. This book was published in 2021. So the summary of the story. The main character is Patricio Rivas, and he's a young boy that lives, in his opinion, a castle, but it's actually this really huge apartment building, and he lives there with his mom, his dad, and his gran. Patricio is secretly known as Stuntboy, and his job is to keep his family, friends, and neighbors safe, so he's his own superhero. When he's not helping others around him, Patricio enjoys hanging out with his best friend, Zola, and they enjoy watching Super Space Warriors together, which is these two characters. It's a boy and a girl, that brother and sister, and they help save space together. And at times, Patricio struggles with what he calls the Fritz, and this is actually just a catchier name for anxiety. And so when he focuses on using his superpowers when he is Stuntboy, he is able to kind of melt away all of those worries and fears and put his energy into solving a problem in front of him or helping out others. Patricio deals with everyday situations, such as his parents fighting a lot because they're going through a divorce, a not so kind kid in his neighborhood, and then he has to handle a lot of the stress that he's under. He's able to overcome everyday issues with his superpower flair. The literary qualities. The first one is that this book is a graphic novel and a comic book. So the book uses both of those elements combined in the book. So it's not just one or the other. It's kind of mixed together. And as I read this book, I kept looking at the illustrations just to make sure that I was catching all of the intricate details. So that was really cool about this. It's very visually appealing for young readers. It has full page graphics. The author uses different fonts to kind of stand out. There's headings that are in red at the start of each transition, so the reader knows when we're going to a new kind of topic. And then there's speech bubbles. The second quality is that this is a book in a series. So Stuntboy in the Meantime is book number 1. There is a book number 2 called Stuntboy in Between Time. Not sure if there's going to be any after that. But what's great about this is that students can look forward to reading the next book in the series and following along with the characters. The third quality is that it has episodes and not chapters. So instead of listing the sections in this book as chapters, like chapter 1, 2, the author Reynolds introduces each section as an episode. And so it starts each episode in the text as kind of like a music is playing, presenting an episode like a TV show. So there's even commercial breaks within the story. So the example of that is the beginning of each episode. It'll kind of say, this is kind of the music that we need. It'll say in a 1 and a 2 and a welcome to Stuntboy in the Meantime. Just like an introduction to the story, which is just a little fun way to have that when you're reading a story. So inside the book, here's kind of just a few pictures of what it looks like. The one to the left has the title, An Explosion of Great Magnitude. And this is a common phrase that happens throughout this story when, at the end of something, like, oh no, this is going to happen. It's like, this is going to create this magnitude. And so it just kind of is something that the reader can look for as something predictable in the story. And then the middle picture shows like that chapter page, which is the episodes. And then the picture to the right just shows that full page of the graphics being used. So why this book? A librarian would include this book in their collection, first off because it is a graphic and comic book, which I think is very appealing to students. It also is an award-winning book, so it is listed as the 2023 Odyssey Award winner for Best Children's Young Adult Audiobook Production. It won the 2023 Audio Award winner for Best Middle Grade Title and 2022 Schneider Family Book Award for Middle Grade Honor Book. Even though those right there are mentioning like the middle grade, I know that this book would be great in elementary school as well. This book also discusses real life challenges that students are familiar with, and so it can kind of connect with them. There's the discussion of divorce in the book and also having anxiety. So why students would like this book? This is overall just a fun read. It has really great illustrations for those kids that love drawing and all of that. They can also look forward to reading book number 2 in the series. This book just offers some great connections about feelings and emotions that a lot of our students would connect with. It has that superhero theme, which is very inviting to students. And then it has a lot of just those illustrations and graphics that can spark a lot of imagination and creativity in students.